Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Lakeland Vale Let's Play series with me, CWATTYESO. It is still day one of summer. I've got the timescale turned down. I did that just while I was waiting for OBS to finish remuxing the video, the last episode, so that basically whilst I was waiting to start this one, 10 hours didn't suddenly flash past my eyes in the space of a second. But anyway, we're back now. We've got 2 contracts to do for cultivating. I know, it's a bit weird, isn't it? Cultivating in the summer, that's a new one. But apparently, that's Texas Geo for you. And then we've got the grass to mow on field 5 again. Excuse me. Which, now hopefully now that it's summer, when I do mow it and then ted it, it should hopefully just become hay. I shouldn't end up with a mishmash of hay and grass like I had last time. So hopefully it'll just be all hay, which means I can make all hay bales, which means they can all go into that lovely storage location, barn that I've got, hay barn, bale storage barn. I'm trying to think what to call it so I don't possibly confuse some of the viewers, because I know some viewers of the videos get confused now by hay dryers and grass shredders and stuff. So, just try and pick my words a bit more carefully in future so as not to confuse people, especially those who are of a foreign disposition, whose first language probably isn't English, so they may have some translation issues understanding me. Got to try and be a bit clearer on that. So anyway, we've got 2 contracts to cultivate today. We'll take it from there. Get the grass mowed on field 5 again. Might possibly look at getting rid of my mower though, the big M 450. I might get rid of that and just buy a mower attachment for the tractors I can use. For the simple reason, the big M does not have GPS, which makes mowing in nice straight lines very difficult. And also, if I go down the road of an attachment, providing it works okay, and I don't have slippity doodah issues like I had with the windrower, I should be able to get the field mowed very quickly in a lot less time. Yeah, today we have been leased a Valtra and a Vaderstat cultivator. Not bad, not bad. I don't know if this tractor is more powerful or not than the Vaderstat, not the Vaderstat, the Case Magnum. I've got a feeling this is the Warrior, is it? Ultra S374, which is which one? Ultra S series. S374, 400 ponies under the hood. Magnum series is actually bigger. Well, actually, this isn't the biggest tractor. I could have leased a Magnum and Amazoni cultivator thing, but I chose to lease this one because it's different, because we own a Magnum, and obviously Dolores already has her own Magnum, so makes very little sense leasing one of those when I could drive something new, something different. I mean, the cultivating doesn't pay great. It's not a high paying job by any stretch of the imagination. Okay folks, so it's time for a bit of time-lapse speedy up footage for this section. I didn't originally record this video planning to do time-lapse speedy up footage, but I recorded for so long I realised I needed to do some in this episode to get it down to 30 minutes, and also I realised when I imported the video into Sony Vegas to start editing it that during these 2 contracts to do the cultivating I didn't actually bother doing much talking, so I figured it was much more beneficial to actually speed up this part of the video where I wasn't saying anything anyway, and give you some nice music to listen to whilst I'm cultivating, and then I can bring you back for the part of the video where I did actually start talking and telling a story for you guys to be able to enjoy all that as we head towards the end of the video. So enjoy the lovely music, everybody. I'm going to go grab myself a quick drink, and because I've obviously recorded 2 videos today, and sit back and enjoy the rest of the video, and look forward to when I come back and actually start doing the commentary that I recorded as I was playing, and enjoy the lovely story I've got to tell you, which, spoilers, is going to be about Hawaii phones and stuff like that. So yeah, join me in a few minutes. Okay, that's the contracts finished. Whew, look at that, look. 20 past 3 in the afternoon. First day of summer's nearly completely gone. I am going to time-lapse most of this footage. I can hear everyone breathing a sigh of relief watching the video. Because, yeah, don't want the whole video just to be me cultivating 2 fields, but especially as there's long periods of that I wasn't actually talking anyway and doing any kind of commentary, so it would have been very boring to watch. That's because I'm a little bit distracted at the moment in real life. I'm having a bit of a issue with Twitter at the moment, and people posting comments on there in response to something I posted earlier about the mobile phone company in China, Hawaii, that make all these dodgy mobile phones that spy on you and transmit all your data to China. They've announced they're going into the production of computer graphics cards this year. And all I said was, there is no way in hell I would put anything from them near my computer to steal my information from my computer and transmit it to China. And there's all these people kicking off about it. Now, they're like, oh, you do realise the CIA spying you? Hey, Mr. America. Wasn't talking about America, I live in the UK. But anyway, CIA's a law enforcement agency. I have no issues with any government or law enforcement companies accessing my data because I'm not a criminal. I am not a terrorist. I have absolutely nothing to hide or nothing that they will be interested in. My data going to them is of no concern to me whatsoever. I'm perfectly happy with them looking out for my safety and welfare. The only people who have anything to complain about the government or law enforcement companies or agencies accessing their information are the people who have something to hide. Usually the people who are doing something wrong. The criminal type. So I have no issues with that. However, I do have issues and want to know why all the data, all the text messages, all the emails, a lot of the information from a lot of the apps that I use on a phone, why on a Hawaii handset does that information get hijacked and sent to a place in China before it's then routed back to where it's supposed to go? And I found that out because I know 2 people who had Hawaii phones and had loads of issues with them. And the problem, when I put a security application on the phone to check what was going on, what was being, to stop anything being installed on the phone without obviously consent. So you had anytime they wanted to update anything or install anything on the phone, they had to bring it to me because the phone, I put my security program on there to lock the phones down. But it's interesting that Hawaii found ways to disable that application. Because every time the person would say, oh, my phone's playing up, and bring it to me, the first thing I'd notice is the security app would be turned off. And I'd be like, why have you turned off the security app? And they're like, I haven't touched it. I was like, well, it's been disabled, it's been turned off. And all your information again is being shared all to China. And they said, oh, well, an update, a thing came up on the screen saying there was an update from Hawaii for the camera app or the phone book app or something. And I was like, a bit suspicious about that. That's a bit dodgy. And that turned out to be what they're doing. Hawaii would release updates nearly every day, software updates every day for different parts of the software that they included in the phone. And basically what they were doing with those updates was disabling any internet security, VPNs, anything like that you were running on the phone that was stopping the data from your phone, the information on your phone, from being routed to them. They wanted your information all the time. They wanted everything your phone did or sent to go through them. If you put something in that blocked it, you could guarantee within a day or two your phone would get an update, you installed that update, it would take down whatever software or security program you were using to re-enable their access to your information, and I didn't like that at all. So I stopped the people using those phones. We got rid of them, and we went to different products. For the people that were dead set on using Android phones, we went for different manufacturers, more established, well-known manufacturers. We went for Sony. We had some people went for Sonys, some people went Samsungs, you know, and honestly, touch wood, didn't have any issues with those phones. Didn't have any issues with the security applications constantly being disabled for no reason. Whenever I pulled up the map within the software to see where data from applications and programs was being sent, none of it was going to China, which again is a positive sign. And that's not me being racist in any way. I just have serious concerns as to why a private company, a phone company or whatever, would want to constantly be accessing your information, especially one that's located in a country that is known for being the counterfeiting capital of the world, that produces all the knockoff stuff, all the copy stuff, all the, you know, copyright stuff, as well as being a country that's well known for being communist as well, and having serious political issues with the Western world, and doesn't like, you know, democracy or anything like that. So I'm always a bit concerned why any particular manufacturer, doesn't matter whether it's Hawaii, why a manufacturer of any, what, you know, I'd be concerned if my Apple iPhone, if I pulled up my security program that I have on my phone and checked my phone, I'd be a bit concerned if my information from all my email, you know, my messaging programs, my email programs, my other social media programs, my bank applications, etc., you know, my mobile banking app, I'd be very concerned if all that information was going to Apple's headquarters. You know, if I looked at if it was being routed there before it was going where it was supposed to be going. So, you know, if I pulled up my HSBC banking app and logged into my mobile banking to check on my bank balance, I would be really concerned if that login went to Apple before going to HSBC. You know, that would never ever happen. People can say, oh, iPhones aren't secure and all that, but hey, I've never had an issue with my information being shared with Apple. However, I was a bit concerned with Hawaii when, you know, you log on to your mobile banking application and your, you know, your internet banking password, usernames, all that sort of stuff is going to China before it goes to your bank. Worrying. So these people coming out at me now at Twitter and saying, calling me names and being abusive to me and everything, they're either employees of Hawaii or they're very naive people and very trusting to think that sticking a graphics card from that company in your personal computer isn't then going to start sharing your personal computer information with that company based on their track record. There's reasons, you know, there's reasons why, you know, America is banning Hawaii products. There's a reason why the UK is banning Hawaii products. Because we don't trust the Chinese from spying. And before I move on to a completely separate topic altogether, discussion, the last little bit that made me very suspicious of the Hawaii mobile phones that people were using in the company that I work for was that if you held your thumb over the camera on the phone and tried to turn it on, it wouldn't let you. you could not turn that phone on if the camera was covered. The same way, if during the day you covered up the camera for any reason whatsoever, the phone would lock and you would not be able to use the phone until you uncovered the camera. So again, I have to ask the question, why is that happening? Why must that phone be uncovered all the time on that phone unless it's transmitting information and data all the time? It's secretly recording and taking images the whole time. Sorry to say it, but that was the really most alarming thing. You couldn't cover the camera on the phone. The security, you know, the phone would stop working if you tried to block the camera, or if you tried to block the microphone. And that's the front-facing camera. It didn't matter about the rear camera. You could block the rear camera. You could cover up the rear camera. You know, you could put it in a case. Nothing happened. You covered up the front camera. Even in people who have these like folio wallet cases, the folding cases, to protect the front screen, if they use one of those cases, the phones would lock. Until they opened the case and left the case open, they couldn't use the phone, or the phone would stop working. Because they wanted you to have that, that camera had to be able to view the world at all times. That was highly suspicious to me. And I know that's completely off subject for Farm Sim, but hey, there we go. Okay, this mower does seem to be working okay. We don't seem to be having the slippy slidey shenanigans that we've had previously. However, I'm still not entirely convinced by that hitch. That to me still doesn't look like it's attached properly. I could be wrong. Perfect. Right, we've gone around the outside. I'm going to go down here. So Dolores is mowing the grass. No, I haven't changed the time scale. I'm very sorry. I meant to mow the grass at 1 time speed. I'll remember to do that when I TED it. I'll TED it at 1 times speed. And then when I'm baling as well, we'll do the baling at 1 time speed. Because we don't want the grass rotting whilst we're baling. Back down this edge over this way now. Of course, the Straw Console add-on is also available today for console players. Giants have released a patch apparently for console players, which means the DLC is now available to download on your consoles from the, I think he said Mod Hub, which again, to me, that doesn't sound like it's DLC on a play console. That sounds to me like it's a mod, the same as it has appeared for us PC players. It appeared in the Mod Hub, which means it's not really a DLC, which means for console players that Straw Harvest add-on is probably going to count towards the console players mod storage limit, mod storage space, which means you might have to choose between installing that or deleting something else. You might have to delete something to make room for it if you have already got close to your mod limit, your storage limit. Still haven't tried it yet. I still haven't bought any of the balers and tried to do any of the baling with it in game. It's installed. I've got it installed now on this Let's Play series. Whether or not I actually come to use it, I don't know. I really don't care that much about it, to be honest. You know, straw is straw at the end of the day. It's great for making into silage and selling for money. It's great for feeding your cows and providing bedding to your cows and your pigs, but it's not something I particularly want to spend all my time doing and worrying about, you know, in game. Some people that really seem to have gone overboard and got really excited by this straw harvest add-on, and I'm like, really? At the end of the day, I would sooner spend my time making and growing actual crops and harvesting actual crops, because I'm pretty sure crops are still going to make you more money in game than straw. I don't think straw prices, whether it's been made with a fancy baler, you know, if your bales have been made with a fancy baler, I still don't think that's going to make a lot of difference to the straw prices. I could be wrong, but it could mean that, you know, you spent all that money on a fancy baler and all that time making fancy bales, but you're not going to get paid any more for them. And in that time, you could have been growing a few fields of soybeans or a few fields of corn or something, which really would have made you money. And the great thing about soybeans and corn is, once you've harvested them, you don't have to pick up any straw. There's no straw to pick up. Then zero mess crops. Just cultivate the field and plant your next lot. Get going again. But yeah, getting the grass mowed is nice. Like I say, I'll be tedding it, and then I'll be well, what I'll do is I'll leave it like this. I'm going to leave it like this for today. After I finish mowing it, of course, I'm going to leave it spread all over the field, sleep through the night, and then day 2 of summer, we'll start day 2 by tedding the grass, getting the grass all tedded. We'll see if it turns into hay. If it turns into hay, we'll windrow it and get it baled. But then I really need to get the field sprayed. Fertiliser. Because otherwise we're losing out on yield all the time. And I don't want to do that. Right, one of the things I'm going to do is get this positioned so that A, I can take a screenshot for the future thumbnail that will be, and then I'm ready to end this episode. So yeah, this works. This mower, no slippity doodahs, unlike the windrower, which is basically, the windrower is the same model, same principle as the Easy Cut Special. So may have to look at that windrower again sometime, see what's wrong with it. See why it was all slippy and sliding. Anyway, I've reached the end of today's episode. So, please go ahead, click that like button if you haven't done done so already. Struggling to get my words out there. Please also feel free to subscribe to the channel if you're not doing so already. Share the video wherever you see fit, with whomever you see fit. And I'll look forward to seeing you all again very soon for some more Lakeland Vale. I've been CWATTYESO. Goodbye for now.